Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie. I'm in the craft room and I have a little bit of a different video today. What I want to do is go through the layouts that I created during International Scrapbook Day, which was on May 5th, 2018. I basically took the Saturday and scrapped most of the day. It was really a lot of fun and it was great to kind of get in the zone and get a bunch of pages done. I actually had a couple of people join me on Facebook and we just kind of, chatted while we were working, and it was really fun. It was a great opportunity to connect with fellow scrapbookers and feel like I'm at a crop, but I'm in the comfort of my own home. So I thought it went pretty well. And yeah, I got quite a bit done. So I'm going to show you the pages. I'm going to try and do my best to explain where I got the product from, but a lot of this stuff was either from a kit or from a stash and I didn't keep all the details. So it's more just to share, hopefully to give you some inspiration and some ideas than to necessarily copy it detail by detail. So the first is actually a 2-page spread with a 6x8 insert. So I'm going to show you this up close. Now, a lot of the pages I did were back in like 2007, 2008, 2009 kind of range for photos. So this was back when I was still living in Winnipeg, Canada, and one of my closest friends and I, we had gone to a park in Winnipeg that has a conservatory as well as a zoo. And so you're going to see both floral pictures along with zoo pictures, and you'll notice that the zoo pictures are, there's still snow on the ground, and that's because this was in March. So the reason why the flowers are up is because it's inside a building, and then the animal photos are outside. So this is the insert. I just added a little tag that I made myself just using another tag as a template. These butterflies are super cute. I love them so much. I believe this was from either, I want to say it was the December Hip Kit. It might be Jen Hadfield. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But if you go back through the Hip Kit Club kits, December, January, February, around there, that's probably where most of these are going to be from. The background paper was some paper I picked up at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I don't remember the particular brand of that. And then this would be the other side. So this is also from the Hip Kit Club, this strip of butterfly paper, and then another one of those butterflies. So the paper that I used for the backdrop, like I said, it was older paper that I picked up on clearance. It did have this printed on here when it said beauty. I just added spring and that it's Assiniboine Park, and then that is the basic detail. So I didn't add too much. I just let the design of the background paper kind of speak for itself. And then for the animals, I had so many photos and I really didn't want to go beyond a 2-page spread, although I did do that insert. I thought I would trim them all down so that I could do a grid, and I'm quite happy with how that turned out. So I'll just hold that up so you can see the details. Okay, so that is that one. 2008 was a very busy year with my family. We had 3 births. I had 2 nephews, not 2 nephews. I had 2 nieces and 1 nephew born, and this one is of my nephew. And I believe this was an Echo Park kit, like a boy themed kit. And what I did was I took the various pattern papers, just trimmed them into squares, rounded the corners, added some of the stickers that came with the kit, and that was basically it. So just my nephew. I do need to put his birth date on here. I have to go look it up, so I will add that somewhere on here at some point. I know it was in November. Yeah. Oh, I did add it. Sorry, I forgot. I did go back and add it November 15th, so 2008. This is a little bit of a different page. I'm going to start an I Am album using the I Am collection from Simple Stories and then supplementing it with other designs. This is a pink fresh paper from, I think it's Pure Heart. It came in one of the kits, the Hip Kit kits. This is an extra photo I had of my niece. She was born in 2008, And what I wanted to talk about was how I am an aunt and how important that is to me, especially as I don't have any children of my own. And, you know, just talking about where they're at right now. I have 16 nephews and nieces, and I found out recently that one was on the way at the time that I wrote this. And then I found out that another one is on the way. So anyways, it's going to be an exciting year. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So this is going to go in a 6x8 album that's talking about, you know, or not talking about, it's about my stories or my thoughts on different aspects of my character or my roles that I play. So that's that one. This next one is a 2-page spread again. Let's see if we can focus there. It's a 2-page spread. This one is actually very interesting because I used to teach Stampin' Up! Way back in the day. And I used to teach classes, and one of the classes that we did was a scrapbooking class. And basically what we did is we did the basic structure of the two-page layout and left photo mats to add the photos. And I thought, well, you know what? It's probably about time that I add some photos to it, and what better opportunity than for this year in 2008 when I had one of my nieces being born. So this was super easy. All I literally did was slap down the pictures, did a little bit of journaling, added my niece's name, and details about her birth. So we'll show you this here. So this had quite a bit of stamping on it because of course I was still selling Stampin' Up! Products, and so we were using that in the class. It has a little bit of ribbon because that was back in the day. And you know what? I still like it, and I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with using older product. So we had a bunch of birthdays in the month of June, and I have a spread on that. And this here are some extra photos that I took of my sweet little nephew. He's not so little anymore. This was back in 2008, so he's already 10 years older than this. The background paper was from the Hip Kit Club, and the rest of the products was from an old Stampin' Up! Scrapbook kit. The chipboard alpha is from, I want to say, Jelly Bean Soup. I'll just show you this up front. And this will probably go in an album that I'm starting of various photos of my nephews and nieces that are not necessarily event driven. So I'm going to put that in there. So my niece turned 4, yeah, in June, and I had an extra photo of her. And so that is this particular page. This was definitely a Hip Kit club. I think this was from December. Most of this was from December. I just added some of these tassels from crepe paper. There was quite a bit of product from Paige Evans' kit, and just some other little bits and bobs. I'll show you that there. Yeah, she's a young lady now. A long time since this photo was taken. So that's that one. For the actual birthday page, I didn't have much of a festive, what is the right word? I didn't have many photos of the festive sort. So what I thought I would do would be just pick out pictures of the 3 individuals that were selling their birthdays. So my 2 brothers and then my niece. And again, I just used a Hip Kit Club to embellish this. This particular, the stars that are stitched with vellum on top, that's from Pink Fresh. I think I used the entire pack on this page. So, and I didn't do a whole lot of journaling because really it's just, for me, it's just more about seeing where they are at this particular point in time than I necessarily have a story per se, and just the fun of scrapbooking. So this one here is a very basic minimalist page. Again, it was a scrapbook kit. Yeah, it was the scrapbook kit that I used from Hip Kit. And this is a picture of both of my nieces that I'm holding, as well as my father. They were born a week apart, but they were quite a bit different in sizes, so it was kind of nice to have them, you know, back to back or face to face or side to side, however you want to look at it. So it is literally just a background page, like, not a background page, a scrapbook page. Yeah, no, a cardstock paper, cardstock, there we go. It already had this color block design. I just used this strip from the bottom of the page, the branding strip. I had some scraps I just threw behind here. This is a frame, and cut out a butterfly from, I think it was one of Maggie Helm's page papers. Added the little tag, and the today is actually a, what do you call it? It's a journaling card, like a Project Life card. So I'll show you what that looks like. Very simple page, but I quite like it. These are obviously not in any particular order as far as how I'm doing this. So this was my niece's baptism. Again, another hip kit. I just did kind of a reverse L-shaped design. A couple photos. I used some Project Life cards. Some of the embellishments from crepe paper, I believe. This was part of the Project Life card, which I trimmed out. This was a Project Life card, which I trimmed out. It's just my own handwriting in a fake Scripties font. Yeah, puppy sticker from Pink Fresh, and that's pretty much it. What that looks like. This is the baptism page for my other niece, and again, Hip Kit Club. Used a variety of items on this one. I think these might be Vicky Bouton's enamel dots. The Hip Kit letters that came through here. This is Paige Evans paper, frame, etc. Just a little bit of journaling. And that's how that one turned out. And then the last one I did was the picture of my, was the birth of my other niece. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Again, same Hip Kit Club that I did her baptism, so that when they are in the album, they will, you know, look like they coordinate, but it's not necessarily a two-page spread. So you can tell that they're two totally different things, but yet, you know, the bird and the bird, so it all kind of mixes and matches, and I quite like that. So this one here, I just used various pieces from the Hip Kit Club. I think these hearts were actually something from my stash. Yeah, and then everything else I think was from the club. It was a great day. Looking forward to next year. Too bad it's such a long ways away. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed and are inspired. And until next time, happy crafting.